The best time to start drinking that water bottle.
So we're going. He's like,
just giant, big ass. Jesus, bro.
Got mouth got dry. I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Got to take a swig of that Jim Beam, huh?
Maybe I can either confirm or deny.
Or was that Prime Ice Pop?
No Prime this time.
No. How you guys doing tonight?
I feel like a guardian tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just know one more week.
Yes.
I've got one more day of work and then on holiday for a month.
Nice.
All of August off. You guys are going to be all together next weekend.
Yeah. Stellar card, too. I mean, you know, like, not as stacked as Money in the Bank.
I was waiting for that. Not as good as it. I hope that there's redemption from Money in the Bank at SummerSlam.
Money in the Bank wasn't bad, though.
No, it was good, but there was a couple things that I would have changed, or a couple things I would have liked to have seen happen that I didn't get a chance to see live and live in color that I hope you guys will. Especially
live in color, you say?
That French Canadian, Sami Zayn. I hope he gets destroyed.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
To quote Joe's favorite sport, it's time!
5 topics tonight! Oh, no. Topics we got.
Good evening, Juan.
Yeah, you finally beat Kirk.
You did. Kirk is not far off.
Yeah.
That went as soon as I made the stream.
Juan Kirk, and then we got the Mr. Beefy.
Beefy.
Yes, I am ready for Summerfest.
Yep. Me and my pal Jones.
My pal Nico. I wonder if he's going to jump on. Always. We're always getting lucky here on PTM, gentlemen. It's definitely a good card for SummerSlam at this point, and we'll see what happens between now and then. Some WWE news going on. My dogs are probably going to go crazy in the next second because my wife is just getting home with the little guy, so I might have to mute for a second and jump off.
No problem. You know, but since we weren't on last week because somebody got a gift.
Yes. Gift from the gods.
Oh,
wow.
He had it.
This gift right here. My nice Reggie Parks FWF.
That looks just like the Winged Eagle that came with my Yoko figure.
It actually is not as accurate. This is the V7. You have the V8 with the figure. Unreleased. But that's enough hobby nonsense
That's
for
just gorgeous. That's just gorgeous.
Well, we might talk about a belt a little bit later because there was a belt reveal last night on AEW, but that's going to be the extent. We don't talk about
Is there an order we're talking tonight?
I don't know. We just kind of
Can we get the bad stuff out the way first?
Hell yeah.
What bad stuff?
What's up, Miguel? What's up,
AEW.
Ronald?
Can we get that out the way first?
Absolutely. Miguel, what's up? I am the most exclusive elitist you will ever meet, Ronnie.
So, for those of you who like AEW, sorry for what I'm about to do, but I'm really not sorry because I don't understand why they continue to do stupid stuff like this.
The whole card was horrible last night, in my opinion.
Your biggest match that you're so highly touting, yet you're still sub 800,000 viewers. Once again. What's your excuse this week?
Baseball came back.
Oh no! Biden was talking last night, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
So it was Sleepy Joe the reason why they only hit 786,000.
So what was the excuse the previous week when nothing else was on TV at all?
If you ask Tony Khan, it's probably the WWE drones that are coming after them, and who knows? I don't know.
You're down 1.1% from the previous week.
You called it. But as far as the AEW, Blood and Guts. Okay, we're not going to jump straight into that. The show started off with Mr. Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
With a podium.
Yeah.
With a podium, most importantly.
And cheerleaders on the apron chanting his name, on the ramp chanting his name. I'm confused. But okay, I'll play along with it.
What are you confused about, Jones?
Where is he going with this at this point?
Well, you could thank him later.
Then it was just like, okay, whatever.
He had a little prize under that podium.
Yeah, he took off the international championship,
and here it
threw
is.
it in the trash.
Threw it in the trash. I love the international championship in terms of the design. I think it's even classier and more prestigious in many ways than the world title, or at least the first version of the world title. I'm not a big fan of the current version, but the American Championship. This is what the third name that this title has had since its inception. It was first the All Atlantic, then the International. Now it is, at least temporarily, the American Championship. I like to imagine that this is just exactly what Lashley did with the IWGP US title by switching it to the UK Championship, and he'll drop it more than likely at All In. I'd like to imagine that Ospreay will win that title back. I think that's the projection. I think this is literally just a gimmick title for a few weeks.
Here's my take on it. While the plates look nice, immaculate, no issues with them. Not a fan of the strap. The strap itself makes it like a toy.
It's a real American title, Jones.
I've put in my application for Canadian citizenship.
What?
You act like you're surprised, Joe? Come on. Jones has been waiting for his Canadian visa for a very long time.
You know what, Jones? I hope you buy the shit title and take it to Canada.
I'm just not a fan of the strap. Like you like the strap, Joe?
I'll tell you this. I love like US belt themes. Like, you know, like I love the 5-plater US, you know, and all that. So we all do. It's the first time I think somebody attempted the American flag on a strap. And
I believe so.
It doesn't look bad. But what cracks me up is they replaced the AEW logo with that MJF logo.
It's the logos, and it's also the side plates.
That cracked me up. Like, only both country that matters. And look, it's him on the side plate.
It's got him flexing on the outer side plates. That's why I have to laugh at it.
What does it say on the other side plate? Better than
Will.
And the UK knows.
Yeah. And the only country that matters on the other side with the red, white,
it's
blue
hilarious.
Paint.
Shit cracks me up. Like,
I'm glitching. I was freezing for a second. Am I okay?
Yes.
It could be.
Yeah, it was weird for a second.
It could be that Canadian Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. With the levels of ice that are above me, it's hard to get a good reception all the time.
Yeah. Hello, Matthew. You need to upgrade your internet.
I have upgraded it. It's pretty quick, but
I feel like it's like a gimmick
sometimes.
like the Cena, U.S. title.
That lasted quite some time. I don't think this is going to last more than a month.
Well, the one thing that came out of this segment, that Daniel Garcia match is no longer on All In.
That is true. Thank God.
Nothing against Daniel Garcia. It's just he's not an All In.
So it seems like there's not a lot of people that are feeling this title, but I think it's exactly what Ospreay did.
It's different.
It's different, and I'm kind of a fan. I think Ron did a good job. His plates are always stellar, but keep in mind this is just a temporary title. I think it fits MJF's gimmick.
It gets him more heat.
Oh, and that's the whole point of it, right? Like he's walking around now with the American title. It's not even. It's more MJF title than it is a US title.
Yeah.
And he's not even saying like I'm better than you, and you know what he's saying. You can thank me later. Like
So
didn't he come out with new music too? Like did he or no?
No, it's the same music.
Okay. Never mind. I thought he.
But it's different for sure. But that was the one that was the first debut of the night. And then there was another debut, Jones. And I know you and I have been looking forward to this for a little while. Maybe not in AEW. I think you and I both were hoping that Camille would jump to NXT. But here she is with of all people. Oh boy.
Did you see what happened at San Diego Comic-Con today a little bit ago?
You mean this?
Yeah.
I come prepared.
Hey, look, it's Quavo in front of Mercedes.
Oh, shit.
Jesus. Dude, I just drank my carbonated water right when you said that and it went up my nose.
Hold on, does Camille have a Bane mask?
Yes.
She does.
Don't worry about me. I won't take that title off of you.
But they made the match official for All In, Britt Baker versus Mercedes at Comic-Con.
Here's my issue. When did she sign? Like back in February?
It's been at least that long, yeah.
So we kept her off TV after you signed her for an impactful moment.
Yeah.
5 months later, where she comes in as somebody's essential bodyguard.
And this time it's not standing next to Nick Aldis.
That would be different.
Right? That's what I was hoping for. Really, I would love
or even if she came MJF as his bodyguard.
Sure. If she would, signing with AEW, I would have loved to see her paired with a guy like MJF.
But you're with a female in a division that you should be dominating. Mm-hmm. You're legit the biggest female in the division.
There's no one now that really, I'm trying to think in terms of size, who's the biggest female in stature next to Camille in AEW?
It would be Statlander.
I was just going to say Statlander.
That's about it. Because now with Jade gone, Jade was that big presence before.
Camille could have been like the China to MJF Triple H. Like, can you imagine that heat? Yeah. Having a female with you.
But there's TK, the Booker of the Year. Just
did you hear him about WWE PR? He went a little, off today.
Does he say WWE's running them amok again?
Yeah,
I don't see how though. WWE's so hot right now. Why did he even bother with y'all?
And yet, when he was asked if WWE and AEW would make any kind of a crossover or anything like that, he would like to, but he doesn't seem to think so. I wonder why, Tony. I wonder why.
Yeah. You go on little benders and then nobody wants to talk to you.
That's funny and ironic.
Because that WWE and TNA partnership is flourishing.
Flourishing very well.
Before we talk about Joe's favorite wrestler of all time,
Oh.
You sound like Booker T now.
I'm keeping that there, and it's just gonna subtly happen every now and then, Joe. There was one last thing. I think we have to talk about the main event on Blood and Guts last night, because that is the whole point of the show, and it's got a lot of heat, and I think for good reason.
Chair shot.
That chair shot, and I'm gonna play the chair shot. Hopefully, we don't get flagged or anything.
Please do this work.
So one more time. Now they're saying it's gimmicked. It's a gimmick chair, but gimmick aside, Jones, what are your thoughts on this, man?
All right. Why? Like this isn't ECW. This isn't the 90s or early 2000s. This is a whole different era we're in right now. We're looking to protect people. There's a certain Canadian who had brain damage from several head issues.
How soon?
Head trauma. And that took a tragic turn. WWE purposefully does not do chair shots to the head anymore. Mm-hmm. It's generally to the back. If it's a headshot, you don't see it. Like they'll be on something and it'll be on angled with a staircase or something like that. And then it's dangerous. I don't care how much you protect somebody. The head is not supposed to be dealt with that kind of trauma. Like even football players wearing helmets get CTE from stuff like that. Baseball players get fastballs hitting their head, CTE from that.
Yeah.
Like you can collide with the wall or get checked into something in hockey, CTE.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this on plain TV? If you want to do something like this, and if you insist on it, do it on pay-per-view. Do not put this on regular TV where any child can be watching it.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be behind a paywall. That is not me being petty. I'm saying be cautious. There are wrestlers I wish that were still alive, and there's other wrestlers who I wish were still able to wrestle right now that cannot anymore because of too much head trauma. Be smart. You want to be the new kid on the block, yet you're doing old dumb shit. Boxing I wasn't even going to bring up because that's boxing and UFC are just like this. You kind of know what you're getting into.
Yep.
It's like there's no way around that when it's going to be trauma.
You kind of sign up for it if you go into professional boxing or
pro wrestling is scripted. There's going to be legit injuries, but it's also scripted to protect people. Where's the protection? You're working on a contract right now. Years down the line, Jack Perry has a head injury with severe trauma and repeat something someone else did in the past. It's on you, Tony Khan. That's my piece.
Wow.
It's tough to follow that.
I was going to say, Joe, is there anything that...
I'm sorry.
Like, watching it, I feel like they're trying to replicate what Tommy Dreamer and Raven did in the cage back in ECW.
Yeah.
But also, to me, it seems like AEW's feeling the pressure from WWE more and more because WWE is going away from the PG back to the Attitude Era, and it's going to ramp up in the next couple months more once they go to Netflix.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be off limits. So it feels like AEW is trying to do something to garner attention. Like, oh, look at that. Like, it's like AEW is trying to be like ECW, a little bit with some of this stuff, but it's like,
man, I guarantee you, when WWE goes to Netflix, they're still not going to do shit like this.
No.
Those years are far behind us. And like Jones was saying, you would like to imagine we've learned from this,
Yeah.
especially with examples like the one who shall not be named. But they pull this kind of shit, and I don't always agree with a lot of Corey Graves' takes, but I think he nailed this. And it's not an us versus them kind of mentality. But my goodness, how many more times does it have to happen before these guys get it?
I don't think Tony will.
Mm-mm.
I don't think so either, because he's a mark for himself.
And I'm sure, I hope there are some producers backstage, some agents, like maybe like a Jerry Lynn, somebody else telling him like, hey, this isn't a good idea. Hopefully they are. Hopefully they're not like, yeah, go ECW and do this.
You would think you got a Bryan Danielson on your roster, whose career was cut short. You have an Adam Copeland on your roster, whose career was cut short due to injury.
You think Copeland is going to take that chair shot if they ask him to? I'm like, nope.
No, not at all. And Jones, you bring up Daniel Bryan. His contract's up a week today.
Yeah.
A week today, he is, I guess, a free agent, you can say. Yet he's going to be working Wembley. That's a guarantee. He'll be working past his contract, but man. He's another guy. He's another example of someone who's lucky to still be alive.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do these kinds of shots, and I get what some of the guys in the comments are saying. I get it. There's that sense of nostalgia, right? There's that sense of old school. But the Attitude Era was just that. It was wild. It was crazy. It's not 30 years ago, guys.
Now, I can't confirm this, but the rumor innuendo is CM Punk messaged Darby Allin and said, "That's my boy." I'm telling you.
It's funny. Jack Perry.
If Punk would have posted a Darby Allin picture yesterday or something,
he would need to do it today, considering what Drew posted today.
Is that Jameson that he's standing next to? Kind of looks like our friend Jameson.
Oh,
but it's a real photo. Cries a river. Drew's heel game. It's next level. Next level. But oh my goodness, that was blood and guts in so many words. Jones, do you think they're gonna crack 1 million again, ever?
Here's the thing: the current TNT brass and Warner Brothers, you don't have to crack 1 million to keep your job.
Yeah, they're loving AEW right now. They're loving.
And where's the NBA going? Is it going to?
It's still up in the air.
Yeah. Amazon's the front runner, I hear.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
If they do go to Amazon, that does open the door up for AEW to just sit comfy where they are.
Can you imagine? Like, because Warner Brothers loves AEW. Oh, yeah, we love their ratings,
Mm-hmm.
Imagine this Warner Brothers with WCW 2000. They'd be popping bottles of champagne every week.
100%. 100%.
Feels like every blood and guts, like something happens, like Jericho going through the styrofoam, the cardboard or whatever it was. It feels like something.
There's always some kind of gimmick or some kind of a spot that we always end up talking about after the show. And maybe in some ways that's what they're trying to do, right? They just want to get us podcasters and the dirt sheets talking and things like that. But not a lot of eyes are on the product, not like they were. And when you've got guys like Jack Perry in the main event, I was hoping Darby would light him on fire. He had no protection. No, he wasn't oiled up or greased up this time. I wanted to see it. That's just my intrusive thoughts coming out.
That would have been amazing.
Oh, yeah. Juan is correct.
Yeah, right.
It's they lost the NBA.
That's right, because Warner Brothers said like they matched it,
Yeah.
but they rebuffed them.
Yeah.
Damn it. This sucks, man. I'm gonna miss inside the NBA.
Yeah, that's gonna suck.
And that's AEW for you. That's it. That's it.
We'll see how this Warner Brothers deal pans out now that there's more money on the table. Will they want to keep it?
I mean, there's all these layoffs. I mean, you look at like the video game industry. There's maybe Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be delayed.
Yeah, I heard that as well. Poor Vinny. Gotta check in on Vinny, see how he's doing with that news. But there's going to be a lot of delays, a lot of layoffs, like you said, Joe.
Crazy.
I guess speaking of layoffs, here's my transition.
I'm gonna let y'all go first because if I go, it's not gonna be nothing to follow.
I'll be short and sweet because and Joe, I think we should probably just get what we have to say out of the way because I don't know if we're going to be able to follow Jones at all tonight. This show was designed all around him in so many ways. Joe, you go first, man. What do you think about the whole Lashley MVP situation?
I mean, they will do good on the indies. They're past their prime. No, I'm just. I mean, listen. They could possibly go to AEW with Shelton Benjamin, start up the Hurt Business again, rename it something else. Okay. I mean, Lashley, I'm kind of shocked. Figured they'd do more with him. Figured they would have started up the Hurt Business with Street Profits and MVP again.
At one point, it seemed like that's the direction they were
That's
going.
what I thought. Like, I thought the Street Profits were going to turn heel, but then they were like face. I mean, Lashley's getting up there in age. I mean, it'd be funny if he goes to TNA, even though TNA and WWE is a working relationship. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if Lashley showed up in TNA and took that belt off Dolph, you know.
Let's run it back.
I'm just saying it could happen.
Let's run it back.
Yeah.
Let's run it back, Jones.
I own 2 out of 3 of those belts.
Just saying. It's possible, but I feel like you're going to see more of this in the incoming year. Wrestlers that they're not doing nothing with. You know, just, I mean, I know they were bitter, probably. I know MVP has been going off on X lately for a long time, so I think it was bound to happen. But I'm sure they're going to land on their feet and do good.
Triple H was asked about the whole Lashley MVP situation, and his response was very PR, and he said just something along the lines of like, just like in any sports or business, we sign talent, contracts run out, we release talent. That's just a part of business. But I think a guy like Lashley, not to knock MVP or discredit MVP at all, I think MVP is a great talent, a great mind, but a guy like Lashley, even though he's getting up there in age, he still has a lot of gas in the tank. Look at the guy's physique. When you look at a specimen like Bobby Lashley, and then I'm gonna go back to Sami Zayn, you compare those two side by side. I just don't see how they couldn't come up with something with Lashley.
I mean, he's 48. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if AJ's next, you know?
Oh my God.
You know, getting up there in age. You know, just, maybe not be doing nothing. Never mind, he just signed a contract, I think, so.
Wait.
Should be good. You know?
I wanted to get Jones.
Where's he at? Japan still fighting? You know, eating some sushi over there?
Almost all of them are in Japan right now.
Huh?
Almost all of them are in Japan right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's my take.
Hmm.
MVP, not surprised. Kind of can't bash the boss in public and expect to keep your job. Even though what he was saying potentially could have been true, I can neither confirm nor deny. Lashley, I'm going to shoot from the hip. Lashley was given an offer. Lashley was not thrilled with the offer they made him, so he did not resign. So I understand. Um, as far as where they go, personally, I'm biased. The company that treated Lashley the best was TNA, so I think he should go there. He rebuilt himself there. They gave him belts and allowed him to work with Bellator at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So, just saying. But I've had conversations with other people, including some on the screen. I do expect that Mr. Tony Khan to throw some money at him, as well as MVP. As well, they've already been trying to throw money at Shelton, but he hasn't bid yet. But if they're throwing money at the other two as well, it could potentially happen. But here's the thing you have to remember. Shelton, MVP, Lashley teamed with Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander's wife used to be employed by Tony Khan. I don't know how much influence she may have over the decisions, but things could have been discussed about how things worked for her out there, and it could be seen on TV how it worked for her there. Tony Khan didn't do shit for her properly. So that's part of my gripe with him. I don't air it out publicly, but it's not my beef. I don't have a dog in this race. I don't know any of them personally. I've met MVP before, but it's not like I can say, hey, that's my friend MVP. I met him as a performer.
My pal MVP.
Yeah, like that I can't say that's not my pal MVP. He met me. We spoke for a little bit. I was probably, okay, kid, get away from me. You bug me. But
I think if Tony throws the kind of money that Tony tends to throw around for guys like this.
Forgot about that. Juan might be right because he can get exposed again. Remember, he was one of Bobby Lashley's sisters.
That's right. That's a good point. I completely forgot about that.
Wonder what's going to happen with Omos.
He can be still. They're probably going to keep him. He's an ambassador. He's still he's kind of like you want to use Andre the Giant. That's not every once in a while type thing.
He'll just show up at the Rumble every year and then just disappear.
Oh, because since I got that out the way, I can jump back into your Triple H statement. Triple H was also asked about Brock Lesnar today.
Mm-hmm.
He said Brock Lesnar is sitting home in Canada doing Brock Lesnar things like watching his family play hockey, his kids play hockey, and do amongst other things. If Brock wants to come back, we can have conversations.
Canada sounds like a lovely place, doesn't it?
Yes.
I mean, you also get diverticulitis in Canada.
And survive with our free healthcare. What were you drinking before, Joe? What were you drinking before? Why don't you pull that back up on
Schweppes. And he froze
Now you're
again.
frozen.
See, that's what happened, Canada.
What do we have next?
Joe mentioned your boy, Nick Nemeth, who recently became the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. But I think it's important to highlight this fact. that in 6 months' time, Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, has won 5 titles all around the globe. He was in WWE for how many years, Jones?
Just short of 20.
And the minute he's let go, look at what he has accomplished. And now he's the face of TNA, who's arguably hotter now than they have been in a very, very long time.
Actually, his 20th year anniversary was just this past week.
A lot of people online, though, aren't happy with this decision of putting the belt on him, and they're saying that TNA buried Joe Hendry.
How did they bury Joe Hendry when he pinned the champion and eliminated him, guaranteeing that the new champion would have to be crowned?
I don't get it. I don't get the criticism.
Moose hasn't been pinned in forever. Despite my differences against the fucker, he hasn't been pinned in a while.
Yeah.
Moose was given the torch and he ran with it.
I think anybody not named Joe Hendry could have won that belt.
You said his name, and he appears.
I was fine with anybody but Moose winning that match.
I'm glad with the decision, personally.
I'm ecstatic with the decision. Like I was on the brink of tears that night. I don't give a fuck if anybody judges.
Jones and I watched that pay-per-view together. It was
look, when you get released from WWE, these companies probably felt bad, so they just gave him these titles, you know.
They slow burned it. They could have just given it to him his first day, but they didn't. I applaud them making him work for it.
And the fact that we're gonna see Josh Alexander as a heel,
he's a more natural heel anyway.
100%.
You should love Josh. Josh Alexander should be your favorite TNA wrestler right now, Joe. Because he cost the other guy his spot.
What, the other guy?
That's why Josh Alexander, go Canada.
You heard it here, folks.
It's his loyalty.
It only took Josh Alexander beating up Joe's favorite. But we'll see what happens, especially with the crossover with NXT.
Him in pockets. I don't know who I hate most.
Alexander's almost on a Drew McIntyre type tear because I know why he's upset at people and why he did it. He's tired of people focusing on NXT and Tuesdays more than Thursdays. Which makes a ton of sense if you're the face of TNA, the one who everybody cheered for forever. Now, as soon as Joe Hendry shows up, you just put all your faith behind him and say, screw Josh Alexander.
So you're saying there's a possibility at say an NXT premium live event that it could be Josh Alexander and Ethan Page teaming up again to face that blonde-headed douche and somebody else.
I would love it.
I'm all for it. I'm all for that. If I see Josh Alexander on WWE television, I'm going to have to change my pants. That guy is, after his time in TNA is up, he's a guy that I hope gets signed to at least NXT and then gets brought up to the main roster because he's getting older. He's been 37. He's been through some injuries, and I'm not sure if he can stay healthy. But he is a generational talent. He's arguably the best wrestler on the planet. You can throw his name in the hat with guys like Danielson.
I'm going on the air saying this. Don't at me. He is this generation's Bret Hart.
Joe, are you okay?
I don't know.
He didn't say no though. So he was just like,
That's pushing a lot.
I told him to his face when I met him. He was this generation's Bret Hart. Mr. Marabito can confirm that because he was with me.
I'm sure Marabito's like, can I have your headgear?
I've seen Alexander wrestle live in person, and he's a sight to see. He is incredible. I would go on to concur, Jones, that he is the modern day Bret Hart. Maybe Joe will collect a Josh Alexander figure one day.
It should be shipping in October. Just saying. I should have bought two.
Not happening.
But for the benefit of those in the audience who waited so patiently.
With flash photography.
Yes.
I don't know if Juan's going to be okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't talk to Juan on a regular basis. I don't know if any of you guys do, but we're going to have to check in with him in a little bit.
Yep.
To make sure that he's okay. Our girl, Juan's girl, Liv kind of broke the internet again this week. Poor Dom made her cry. But
did anybody see the translation of what he said to her?
I did not. But it had Eddie Guerrero vibes, and I was all for it. It was Monday Night Raw was again Raw this past week, and this is the clip that people. I think Juan broke his mouse watching that on repeat. I'll give it to you one more time, Juan. How could you make Liv cry? How could he?
Do that again.
One more. Oh. I think the only way any of us can probably deal with this is
I'm coming. I'm just going to come as hard as I can.
It's the only way you can deal with Liv Morgan.
I mean,
okay, I do have the translation.
We're losing people watching the show. They're going to the bathroom, and not because they need a bathroom break, but sorry.
Oh. I'm going to read the translation. Dom said, "You don't understand what I'm saying, bitch. I can't understand what you're thinking through your head. Are you stupid or what? I hate you with all of my life."
Wow. Mm. Could this be a swerve?
He's on AEW.
Not that swerve.
Oh.
See, I think it's either going to be Dom or Finn.
I'm leaning towards Finn. Mm-hmm. I think he's the mastermind behind all of this. She bought him a PS5. She bought him chicken nuggets.
And they've been playing PS5 every week.
Have you forgotten that it was Finn, AJ, and Liv versus the Judgment Day? Until Edge was kicked out.
Mm. It's going to be good. Like, does Rhea win the title back from Liv or no? I'm going to say no.
I'm leaning towards no, but I'll do the full-on review next week before the show.
When we review SummerSlam next week and we go over the card, I so many want to see Mommy come back, right, and win the title. She had to drop it when she was injured. I don't think it's the best decision. Liv has to retain this.
I was telling Jones and Marabito this. I'm like, there's matches on this card that you're like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I
it's like
mean,
it's unpredictable.
It's a good point here too.
there's a few, like that you're like, this is definitely gonna happen, but who knows?
Juan, that was pretty quick. You're back. I'm glad. Maybe once they hit Netflix, GTV will make its return.
Saving Lives Private, like, Ryan Shamrock and Val Venus.
It's a wild time in WWE. But with that translation, Jones, like he stabbed her in the heart.
Why would Daddy Dom want a girl like you when he can have a girl like me? And then,
Let's be frank though. As wonderful as this is, I take mommy every day. I like cake. That's all. You can't compare.
It's a win-win situation. It's not like this.
But what a lucky son of a bitch he is.
I was just gonna say that.
Fuck him. Fuck Dom.
This is bullshit. Like, what the hell?
When you look at his evolution in the short time that he's been with WWE, and you look at where he's at now. On the one hand, I'm happy for him.
It's the best storylines.
As an entertainer, as a performer, because it's entertaining as hell, bro.
Outside of Roman, I want his career.
100%. 100%. Because when you look at who he gets to share his screen time with and who's fighting over him, to quote the great Jake Cross, Mommy got the whole bakery.
Dude, you not lying. She takes them cakes.
She takes it all. She takes it all. Dom, you're a lucky man. He is, Mr. Beefy. He's killing it.
I may play with Dom in 2K.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, WWE is hot, man. You guys are going to be seeing a great show. I'm a little jealous. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But I'm more so jealous that you guys get to all get together and share that experience together, because it's going to be a great time with great people. It's going to be great.
I just hope I picked the right seats.
The seats don't matter.
At
The
that
experience
point,
makes it.
yeah, you guys could be sitting up in the fucking nosebleeds. It's the experience. It's who you're with.
Yeah, we're basically like almost to the floor.
Because you want to be slightly elevated. The lower
Yeah.
you are, the less fear you have.
Yeah. It'll be good. I expect some late night phone calls from you and Jones and Mirabito. I don't know if I will answer.
Maybe safer not to.
Yeah.
We're gonna go down the whole list. Ding, 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 ding.
See who answers. Do a big group call.
The slut call. All you see is his face.
Oh,
What are you doing?
at 2:00 in the morning, that's the last face I want to see.
Back. Get the CM Punk on if I sent you.
I told them that I got it, but yeah. Maybe
I sent that on SOS and didn't get a response. So
Speaking of Punk, I think the way we'll close the show tonight is. Did you hear what our buddy Uncle Dave put out today? I hate even bringing him up on the show, but there's a story going around about CM Punk renegotiating his contract.
Oh yes, I saw
really
that.
being
Yesterday.
overblown. What happened was Punk came in and they had a short-term deal which is expiring now. There are rollovers in the deal, so there's not like a hurry. that they have to sign him. The deal does go longer, but they knew all along that right around now they'd be renegotiating deals. I don't think that CM Punk signed to WWE on a short-term basis after being gone for as long as he has, and after how his fallout with AEW unfolded. And the fact that this is coming from Dave Meltzer himself, I'm not buying it.
No, not after what everything that happened at All In last year. And Dave and all that. And when Dave defends AEW more than anybody I've ever seen.
He's got both bingo dabbers going.
Oh, fans will say stuff and Dave like, "Oh, I didn't say that. You know, this is this is like." I'm sorry. I think it's true that Punk wants a long-term deal and wants to stay in WWE for as long as he can, forever, and possibly run NXT. I've heard reports that him and Roxanne Perez are trying to convince AJ Lee to come out of retirement. I think the younger talent respects Punk. I know a lot of them, you hear reports they go to him for advice, and he's been like perfect to talk to. He's amazing backstage. Like, I think you believe him when he says this is a different WWE from when he first left. It's ran different. Everything is just different. Operating on a whole different level. And, it's just, he's grown up now.
He looks younger than when he was in AEW, for God's sake. And it's not just the lighting.
But we talked about it when he returned last year at Survivor Series. It's going to be almost a year since he's returned. Yeah. And WWE is just a different machine. I think everybody knows that. They operate different. You hear Ethan Page talk about that. It's just a different machine. And I think Punk and Triple H's relationship, I think it's getting stronger and stronger. You hear Punk in interviews say, I'll go up to Triple H, hey, why are you thinking this and not this? What are your thoughts? Just getting his input, and like Punk says, I'm more reserved than Triple H probably wants me to.
I think he's grown up a lot, like you said, Joe. He's learned from the last few years. He's been out of wrestling for a long time. He shook the wrestling world when he came back to wrestling. His debut in AEW will arguably it'll be one of the biggest highlights that the promotion will ever have, especially when you look in comparison to where they're at today and the lack of star power that they have now. And then with how everything unfolded at All In and how he left and then showed up at Survivor Series, dude, even though he's old and he's not the young stallion that maybe he was many years ago, like you said, if he can stay long term, if he can work behind the scenes and with NXT, when he does hang up the boots, I think that's the right place for him. I think he will probably take the torch from Shawn Michaels at some point if all goes well. And I can't think of a better guy to do so than CM Punk.
Yeah, I think Punk probably has about another 2 or possibly 3 years left in the ring, depending on his injury history. And also, I think Punk would be perfect with NXT because when he was in Ohio Valley Wrestling or back in the day, he learned under Paul Heyman, who taught him how to cut TV and do commercials and do all that. And Paul Heyman said Punk was the quickest to ever pick it up that he has showed. Yep. So, I think little Davy boy is a little jealous and mad, bitter.
Yeah. Take his fake news elsewhere.
What's crazy is, we've been talking about this since probably a couple months. Punk's only had 2 matches in WWE. The house show against Dominic Mysterio and the Rumble match. And he's still over. It's just...
And his merch is selling out like crazy. He's got the new Larry shirt. He's got the new Blowing the Kiss figure that was revealed at today, along with many, many figures. I wanted to upload so many, but maybe you guys can talk about it tomorrow if you guys are going, if you're going on. But there will be no. But if you're looking on Comic-Con, if you're looking at what's it called, Ringside, and all the other toy kind of distributors and channels, there is an abundance of figures coming out that I know you collectors are going to just go crazy about.
I already pre-ordered my 4th Yokozuna. And I'm just waiting on the one figure that me and Marabito have been waiting for forever. The greatest WrestleMania of all time. The WrestleMania 9 Bret the Hitman Hart figure will be coming out. I need Jones to tell me when and where.
As soon as I get word, you'll know. I have not seen anything on it yet.
Probably in the coming days and or weeks.
Hope so. Yoko says September. I'm like, okay, I can live with that.
Okay.
You know what's crazy? For $249 more, I can get them on the 30th of July. So if I want to spend close to $300, I could get them in a couple days.
I think you can wait, Joe.
Yeah. You
can wait.
I got 2 still in the box, and I got the other one sitting with Brett right next to my Winged Eagle.
I still need to figure out how I'm going to display this Winged Eagle. I might shadow box it.
Just on a wall. Belt hanger.
Oh. That's the kind of respect I should give Reggie.
It should have like its own case, everything.
I'm thinking like it needs its own display.
Yeah. Put a Hulk Hogan figure next to it,
Hulk Hogan on one side, Bret Hart on the other.
Yeah. Had them tugging over the belt like the photo shoot. We never, got to see.
Pretty good. Jones, why are you shaking your head?
Hey, to each his own.
I don't know if you know this, but I bought Jones the Hulk Hogan figure that was on Ringside today.
That's really nice of you. Jones, was that a surprise, Joey? Did you just tell him that now?
No,
or?
I just told him now.
Wow.
Did TNA ever come out with a Hogan figure?
I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah, they did, actually.
I'm going to get you that.
Jones has
you
it.
You need that in your collection.
No, there's no Hogan in my collection. Don't want anybody to get that mistaken.
Oh, yeah, there is. Jack's Pacific TNA 2012.
It's a pretty nice figure. It's a pretty nice figure.
Should be able to find them pretty cheap, too.
I like that.
Jones. Oh, look. Oh, this one is perfect. Hogan with the TNA shirt. How much is he?
Is it on eBay?
It just ended. Dang it.
Shit. You might have to find one, Joe, to buy it by next weekend.
Oh, I'm going to find one for Jones.
I think if Jones is going to go back to Philly with anything, it's a Hulk Hogan TNA figure.
I mean, I could get Hogan and Abyss in a 2-pack for Jones.
I'm leaving Cleveland with a Winged Eagle.
Take his
not mine.
UFC.
Not mine.
No, it's not his. It's not his. I'm just saying, but I'm leaving Cleveland with a Winged Eagle.
I don't know who's Winged Eagle, but yeah.
Maybe the slut will give one away. I don't know.
I don't know if he has one.
I'm leaving with something.
I showed you the Superstore times, huh?
Yeah.
When does it open?
11
Get there early.
a.m. Thursday.
Get there
I'm
early.
working.
As soon as you're done work. Pick up the boys in your minivan and
They don't arrive till Friday.
They be coming Friday.
you're gonna scope it out beforehand, Joe?
I don't know. Like, I thought about going, like, maybe after work Thursday. I just need side plates and a mini belt.
Bro, people are vultures. They were nuts
Yeah.
at Money in the Bank, so I can only imagine how insane they're gonna be at SummerSlam.
But there's 2 superstores, so
I'm hoping that then the merchandise is similar. It's kind of spread out the crowd, and because you wouldn't have to want to go to 2 different locations
yeah,
for different stuff.
So Thursday it's gonna be 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Friday 10 a.m. to midnight, and Saturday and Sunday 10 a.m. to 7, 10 a.m. to 5.
They'll still be up at midnight.
I'm hoping their stock is good. I wonder if there's going to be any new releases that are not just exclusive, like SummerSlam kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
We'll see any new titles or
3D big gold.
I didn't
it would be
notice
nice.
that. Ethan
Watch
Page
him.
has a WWE figure
Remember
coming
they
out, right?
release a WCW Cruiserweight belt or a WCW US 5 fighter. Jones.
You got his attention. Jones, what were you saying about Ethan Page?
He has a figure,
An AEW figure?
a WWE figure coming out.
Wow, that was quick.
Jacob Fatu has one coming out as well.
Oh,
That's
my
why-
Yeah.
goodness. Oh my goodness. Add to cart. Add to cart.
Jones is just watching that like,
Yeah, I'm trying to get info on Brett for you. What I'll probably have to do is just buy a few of
Cardona
them.
already has the prototype of the Jacob Fatu.
And Ethan Page, he's got the big rubber guys. He's got his AEW figure. Now he's got a Mattel coming out. Good for him.
I saw a Britt Baker exclusive Target one today. She had an all pink gear. Look at that.
That's actually really nice with the title too.
Yeah.
You didn't grab that?
It was the last one. No.
Could have given that to Mirabito. He probably already
Sure,
had
he
it.
already has it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sleeps right next to his bed on the nightstand when he wakes up.
There's a little Brit right next to him.
Yeah.
Good
Little
morning, Matthew.
kiss and go.
His alarm is like DMD, like when it goes off.
He just keeps clicking snooze so it comes on again. You guys are gonna have a good time. It's gonna be a good show. Like I said, I'm a little jealous.
It's gonna be a long day.
You guys are gonna be extremely tired. But it's gonna be worth it. Jones, are you going back that weekend or how long you stay?
I'm flying out Sunday morning.
Okay. That is if Joe and Mirabito and James let you.
Well, James would have to even respond for you to have to worry about him letting me do anything.
You guys might actually have an extra ticket. So
It's like,
I gotta take a last minute flight, Air Canada out to Cleveland.
hey, well, we can make it happen. Like, hey guys, I'm here. All right, 1 second.
Yeah.
Your tickets are waiting for you at the door.
You know what? I'm going on Ticketmaster right now to see.
I can only imagine getting this close to the event.
Yeah, I kind of want to
It's not
see
impossible.
what it's like.
Because there's just little tactics that a lot of people do. Wait until right of the day of the event to buy a ticket and you get it the lowest possible.
Sometimes you get really good seats that way for a good price because people just want to get rid of their stuff.
Actually.
Starts at 6:30. What you don't have to say this on air, but your first bowl, 200s levels? No, that's
100.
100s. Okay. They're not too bad. There's some, like, I know it'd be high up, but there's 500 level seating for cheap.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a 500 level over here.
Let's see this.
Hold on. Oh, we're right there.
Floor seats are astronomical. Wow.
I mean, you could be in the same row as us.
This website's not very good. I'm going to check on my phone instead. The site's pretty glitchy.
So, our row. Dang, it's cheaper right now than it was when I went on pre-sale. Ain't that a bitch? What the hell?
Hello, Henry.
Jones. Seats are like $225
That's before fees.
before fees.
Still.
Yeah. What the hell?
It's okay.
It happens.
We're like
guaranteed
500
our-
something a piece.
Maybe you guys can upgrade. You can all get floor seats.
We're
We're guaranteed our spots now. It was worth it.
I don't know. Let me check. Let me see what it is.
What, $1,000? No. If you get like row 9, section P, they're $450 Canadian. That's not too bad. It's all about the experience, right?
Section T is 300. You know,
It's not bad. That's not bad at all.
I'm on eBay.
oh,
Somebody
these
is
are some
selling
good seats. Never mind.
VIP tickets, front row F35 with unlimited food and drinks.
Whew.
Oh shit!
Dude, some of the section like 136 are higher than the floor seats.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. At that rate, I'd buy floor seats. I can get section double D row 40 for $200.
Section D
That would be the view.
Dude.
for us.
No, for the one I'm looking at on eBay.
Oh,
But it's enough. It's not fucking sweet.
All you can eat food too.
Yep. And that means you aren't sharing a bathroom.
that ain't bad.
I just might have to upgrade.
No.
For all the fun we're going to have away from everything else, I'm fine.
Then just sell James's ticket. That's all.
He's not with us.
We're just going to sell James.
More
he's
than
not
he already sells himself.
Yep. We're actually going to get some money for it.
He's not sitting with
I
us.
don't know who's going to pay for that. I'm glad he's not sitting with you. That's good.
Dude, our seats, like, I'm on like a virtual viewer.
It's a good view.
Ridiculous.
That's awesome. Oh, it'll be fun. Be a good time. Good memories. Take pictures. Make sure Jones gets home safe because I still need to meet him in person one day.
I can't make no promises.
Right. The whole part of the plan is to get Jones to eventually get his citizenship. So please, Joe, I don't ask very much of you.
These are basically our seats.
That's good. You got a little bit of elevation. You're going to be able to see everything
Exactly.
perfectly.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing how the stage looks. That'll be great. But yeah, you want a little bit of elevation. You don't want to be. You want to be able to see everything. You guys
Especially
have-
when I had 27,000 people ahead of me during the pre-sale.
Yeah.
You know,
And now, you can buy the same tickets for a little bit cheaper.
it's funny. I woke Jones up.
That's what they
Jones,
get you.
Jones, these are the tickets. How much I owe you? This much. Okay.
Oh, it'll be good.
Yes, yes, yes.
You
And
said
then
you're flying out Friday, Jones?
Yep. I arrive in Cleveland at 3:16.
PM?
3:16.
So I get to meet Jones before Maribito. This is great.
That'll be good, man. You guys had a great time.
Mm. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh, it's going to be a great show. I'm looking forward to it. And then speaking of Maribito, is he going to All In again this year?
I cannot confirm.
No?
I wouldn't doubt it.
But I
wouldn't doubt it
haven't heard anything about it though. He's usually more hyped about it.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. This man travels around the world.
I'm sure him and James have it planned.
More than likely. But
Well,
if
I mean, he's going on the
London,
cruise.
If London gets a WrestleMania, that's big. That's big time.
In Wembley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll travel for that.
I would consider it. I would have considered All In last year, seeing Punk's last match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, had I known what we knew now, it'd have been a little bit more thrilled to go over there.
Yeah.
Especially to see Omega and Ospreay match.
Yeah. But I got to see Ospreay with Maribito at Forbidden Door. But just watch out for that one.
Yeah.
The Forbidden Door is his nickname.
Sure. That's why I'm glad Jones is flying in first.
Because you're gonna have some alone time before Maribito.
I have protection. Before Maribito tries anything funny.
This is what it's all about at the end of the day. The connections that we build, the friendships that we make, and being able to meet up with guys that to think how we all met so many years ago.
Right.
We're still going strong. And then being able to see you in flesh and not just on a computer screen. That is what it's all about. And I get to watch some good wrestling. Watch CM Punk beat Drew McIntyre. It's going to be a good show.
Oh, one more week.
It's gonna be a great show.
I can't believe it's going to be finally here. Whew.
Countdown is on. Gentlemen, it's a little bit later than our... Went on an hour
I
later.
finished my Cobra Kai.
I'm going to probably go to sleep. I've got one more day of work. And then I'm going to fly home nice and early and just enjoy. Just
Oh, America? Nice.
Yeah. Me and my pal Reggie.
You mark.
Yeah, with my authentic stamp.
We'll see you next week, folks.